You feel the heat rise in your chest. Your heart beats faster. Someone is wrong. So clearly, stupidly wrong. And you have to fix it. You spend 30 minutes writing the perfect reply. You check the facts. You dismantle their logic. You hit send. You win. But look at your life. Are you happier? Are you closer to your goals? Or are you just tired? You think you are fighting for the truth, but you are fighting for your ego. The Stoics knew a secret. Every time you win a pointless argument, you lose the war for your own life. Today, I will show you how to stop fighting battles that do not matter. In this briefing, you will learn the 3 Stoic laws of strategic silence. You will learn how to win by walking away. You are addicted to being right. It is a drug. When you prove someone wrong, you get a hit of dopamine. You feel smart. You feel superior. You feel like you have defended the order of the universe. But like any drug, it has a cost. And the cost is your most precious, non-renewable resource, your time. Think about the last argument you had online, or the last petty disagreement with a coworker. How long did it last? 20 minutes? An hour? A whole day of simmering anger? Now ask yourself, what did you buy with that time? Did you change their mind? Did you make the world better? No. You bought a moment of ego satisfaction, and the price you paid was a piece of your life that you will never get back. You are a billionaire of potential, acting like a beggar for validation. You are spending your gold coins on cheap plastic trophies. You tell yourself you are principled. You tell yourself you cannot let falsehood stand. This is a lie. You are not principled. You are reactive. You are a puppet, and anyone with a wrong opinion can pull your strings and make you dance. Let's look at a man we will call Thomas. Thomas is smart. He is well-read. He cares about politics. Every day, Thomas goes online. He sees a comment that is factually incorrect. He feels a duty to correct it. He spends his morning writing a long, detailed rebuttal. He cites sources. He uses logic. He destroys the other person's argument. He feels good for 5 minutes. Then the notification bell rings. The other person has replied. They did not read his sources. They insulted his intelligence. They doubled down on their lie. Thomas feels a surge of rage. He has to reply again. He has to explain why they are wrong. The morning turns into the afternoon. His real work sits untouched. His gym bag stays by the door. His wife asks him a question, and he snaps at her because he is still arguing in his head. Thomas won the debate. He proved he was right, but he lost his morning. He lost his focus. He lost his peace. He lost his connection with his wife. He is winning every battle, and he is losing his entire life. Do you see yourself in Thomas? Do you sacrifice your real life for imaginary victories? The ancient Stoics saw this trap clearly. They knew that the desire to correct others is often just a disguise for the desire to assert oneself. It is vanity, dressed up as virtue. Socrates, the grandfather of Stoicism, was the master of this. He was the smartest man in Athens. But he never argued. He never tried to force his truth on anyone. He simply asked questions. What do you mean by that? Is that true in all cases? When people could not answer, he did not gloat. He did not say, "I told you so." He let their own silence do the work. He won by refusing to play their game. He understood that you cannot force a mind to open. You can only show it the door. Today, we are going to learn to be like Socrates. We are going to stop using a hammer and start using a mirror. This addiction to conflict is a prison. To break out, we need a new set of keys. A new way of seeing the world where being right is not the highest good. We will now learn the 3 laws that will set you free. Victory is not free. You pay for it with your life. The first law is an economic principle. You must learn to see every argument as a transaction. Before you open your mouth, before you type a single word, you must do a cost-benefit analysis. You must ask, what is the price of this victory? You think the price is 0. You think it is just words. You are wrong. The price is energy. The price is focus. The price is emotional stability. When you engage in a conflict, your body enters a stress state. Cortisol floods your system. Your vision narrows. Your ability to do creative, deep work vanishes. Even after the argument is over, the emotional hangover can last for hours. Is proving a stranger wrong on the internet worth 4 hours of your mental clarity? Is correcting your uncle's political opinion worth ruining the family dinner? Is winning a petty dispute with your partner worth a night of cold silence? Imagine you are a merchant. You sell only one product, your own peace of mind. It is a rare luxury good. A stranger walks up to your stall. He offers you a handful of trash's wrong opinion, his rudeness, his ignorance. He wants to trade his trash for your peace. Would you make that trade? Would you hand over your gold for his garbage? Of course not. You would laugh. You would tell him to get lost. But this is exactly what you do every time you argue with a fool. You trade your peace for their trash. Why are you so generous with your peace? Why is your peace so cheap? Do you value it so little? Or do you just not realize you are trading it? You think you are fighting for truth, but truth does not need you to defend it. Gravity does not need you to argue for it. It just is. The truth will survive without your comment, but your peace will not. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Seneca. In this case, the man who craves to be right is poor. He is begging for validation. He needs the other person to agree with him to feel okay. The rich man, the Stoic, does not need agreement. He is rich in his own certainty. He can afford to let others be wrong. You will become an accountant of your soul. Before you engage in any disagreement, stop, pause for 3 seconds, and ask yourself, what will this cost me? Will it cost me 10 minutes? Will it cost me my good mood? Will it cost me my focus? And then ask, is the prize worth the price? If the prize is just feeling right for a moment, the answer is almost always no. This simple pause will save you hours of your life. It will save you from bankruptcy. Are you realizing how much you have overpaid? Are you ready to stop making bad deals? If you are ready to value your peace more than your pride, make a choice. Go to the comments. Write this down. Write, I see the cost. This is your new price tag. A soldier who fights everyone dies alone. The second law is about strategy. The Stoic is not a pacifist. The Stoic is a warrior. But a warrior does not fight every drunkard in the tavern. A warrior saves his strength for the war that matters. You have been fighting everyone. You fight the news. You fight the traffic. You fight the trolls. You fight the stubborn relative. You are exhausted because you are fighting a war on 1,000 fronts, and you are winning none of them. You must learn to distinguish between a skirmish and a war. A skirmish is a petty disagreement. It is about taste, opinion, or minor facts. It has no real consequence. A war is about your core values. It is about your family's safety. It is about your integrity. These are the battles worth fighting. Think of a lion. A lion does not hunt flies. It takes more energy to catch the fly than the fly provides in nutrition. The lion would starve if it hunted flies. The lion hunts gazelles, big, meaningful targets. You have been hunting flies. You have been chasing buzzing, annoying, insignificant little conflicts. And you are starving. You are starving for real purpose. You are starving for real impact. You must stop swatting at flies and start hunting big game. What are you fighting for? Is this argument about your ego? Or is it about your principles? If you lose this argument, what actually happens? Will the world end? Will you lose your job? Or will you just feel a little annoyed? If the consequence is zero, the effort should be zero. Save your sword for the dragon. Do not dull it on the rocks. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. Epictetus is telling you to let them win the skirmish. Let them think you are wrong. Let them think you are foolish. Let them have the small, worthless victory. While they are celebrating their win in the comments section, you are building your empire in the real world. They have the trophy. You have the kingdom. Here is a brutal rule. 99% of arguments do not matter. They are noise. Your job is to identify the 1%. The 1% are the battles for your soul. For everything else, you will use this Stoic shrug. Someone says something wrong? Shrug. Someone insults your favorite movie? Shrug. Someone has a crazy political theory? Shrug. You do not agree. You just do not engage. You save your energy. Because one day, a real battle will come, and you will need every ounce of strength you saved. The loudest voice in the room is the weakest. The third law is the ultimate weapon. It is the understanding that silence is not surrender. Silence is dominance. When you argue with a fool, you lower yourself to his level. You validate him. You tell him, your opinion is important enough to upset me. You give him power over you. When you stay silent, you deny him that power. You create a vacuum, and in that vacuum, his foolishness echoes. It becomes loud. It becomes obvious. He expects a fight. He pushes, and he meets ... nothing. Just air. He falls forward, off balance. Think of a man throwing a tennis ball against a wall. The wall does not throw it back. The wall just stands there. The ball bounces off and returns to the man. He throws it harder. It bounces back harder. He screams. He gets tired. The wall does not move. It does not crack. It does not care. Be the wall. Let their words hit you and fall to the ground. Do not throw them back. When you refuse to return the volley, the game ends. And you are the one who ended it. That is control. That is power. Why do you need the last word? Does it make you right? No, it just makes you annoying. The last word is a sign of insecurity. It says, I need you to acknowledge me. The person who speaks first and then goes silent is the one with the status. The person who keeps talking, desperate to be heard, is the one losing status. Silence signals that you are done. It signals that you have moved on. It signals that you have better things to do. And there is nothing more insulting to a fool than being ignored. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Marcus Aurelius. If they are loud, be quiet. If they are chaotic, be calm. If they are desperate to win, be indifferent to the game. Do not copy their behavior. Invert it. That is the ultimate victory. You have not just defeated their argument. You have defeated their entire way of being. This is a forbidden technique. Use it carefully. When you are in a pointless argument that you want to end, say this. You might be right. And then stop talking. Look at them. Watch what happens. Their brain will short-circuit. They prepared for a fight. They prepared for resistance. They did not prepare for agreement. You might be right is not an admission of defeat. It is a statement of possibility. It is technically true. In an infinite universe, anything is possible. Maybe the earth is flat. You might be right. But the subtext is clear. I am done with this conversation. It ends the conflict instantly. It saves your time. It saves your energy. And it leaves them holding the bag of their own anger. You have been a soldier in a war that does not exist. You have been fighting ghosts. Now you can stop. You have been taught a false choice. You think the opposite of winning is losing. You think if you don't win the argument, you are a loser. That is the ego talking. The opposite of winning an argument is not losing. The opposite of winning an argument is freedom. It is the freedom to not play. It is the freedom to keep your peace. It is the freedom to focus on your own life, while they focus on their opinions. Opinions are cheap. Peace is expensive. Do not trade your diamonds for their dust. You are not a debater. You are a builder. You are an architect. You have a life to build. You have a legacy to create. You do not have time to argue with people who are determined to misunderstand you. Let them be wrong. Let them be loud. Let them be right in their own small minds. You have a bigger game to play. The battlefield is behind you. The mountain is ahead. If you are ready to leave the noise and find the quiet power of the summit, then subscribe to the Stoic Citadel. This is not a place for those who want to argue. It is a training ground for those who want to ascend. Go to the comments. Make your final declaration. Write, I choose peace over being right. Your training continues. You have learned to stop arguing. Now you must learn to stop performing. Your next briefing is waiting. Click the next video. Learn the art of true, silent difference.